Last weekend I joined one of the biggest game jams in the world, Ludum Dare. This year it is its 20th anniversary, and the theme of this LD jam is Delay the Inevitable. When I heard the theme, my first idea was death, because at some time it will just happen to all of us. Another idea I had was the end of the world, but we can't be too sure it's going to happen, we just don't know. So I went with death, more specific, in-game death. Now with this very basic idea, I needed to flesh everything out a little. Before we get into that, my name is Daniel, I'm an indie game dev working on a shoot-em-up roguelike game called Assault. So after the basic concept was set, I just needed an idea that's fun to play. After a few attempts, I came up with this. The constant wind is always pushing you to the right. This leads into the fact that you have no other chance than dying at some point. But that's completely fine, because when you have delayed your death enough, a portal which brings you to the next level appears on your death. And now the game loop is set. When that process was over, I created a really bad looking but working prototype. This was to look if the game idea works and if it is fun. And it turned out it's quite interesting and fun. A fairly tricky challenge was to get the wind feel like actual wind, even without the graphics. And as it is the main mechanic in this game, I took my time here to get that as close to perfect as I could. After the prototype, it was my turn to add some nice graphics to it. I'd love to do it in an outlined, complex art style, but as this is a 3-day game jam, I needed to go simple, and so I chose this simplistic silhouette art style. And with finishing and putting these sprites into the game, day 1 ended. The next morning I made the wind visuals and added some subtle post-processing effects. I began to add juice with particle effects, screen shake and much more. To spice things up a bit, I also added animations and all those tiny additions that make a game feel and look great. The last things on this day were audio and a splash just as an end screen. With this the game is done. But why did I wait another day? Because I'm still a student, so I had to wait half a day to fix 2 bugs, what took me half an hour. Then I exported it, submitted it with the title Delay Your Death, and made a pretty good looking itch.io page. And with that, this was my 3-day long journey of my second Ludum Dare game jam. If you like the game from what you see here, I would highly appreciate it if you play it, and in case you are able to, rate it. And if you enjoyed this video, I would also highly appreciate it if you subscribed. See you next time, cheers!